me? Can you focus on me? Baby, can you focus?
Hi guys, welcome back to my channel. In today's video, as highly requested, I am going to be sharing with you guys the tricks and the tips on how to ace your IELTS and write this exam once and for all. By the end of this video, you would have a clear understanding of how I aced my IELTS and how you can too. So sit back and enjoy. For everything I'll be talking about in this video, I'm going to have the necessary links linked in the description box, so please be sure to check the description box. Okay, the first step is to gather the necessary study materials. This is like very important. So while I was preparing for my IELTS, I used marker. I think they update it every year or like every quarter or so. Then I also used this course. This course actually introduced me to the entire exam itself. It helped me understand the modules, you know, and what they all entail. It's called Australia Yours. It's actually a paid course. I did the bulk of my practice with practicepteonline.com, and one thing about this exam is that practice makes perfect. You have to practice and practice and practice. It's not enough to just be studying or reading materials. You have to be practicing. You have to be practicing questions every single day. That's how you get better. That's how you get perfect. I also used IELTS Liz. So I went on her website and I rinsed her website. She has really great materials on there. I also watched her YouTube videos. Next YouTube channel that I used that helped me very much was IELTS Advantage. Chef's kiss. It was very good for your speaking, good for your listening, your reading. So the next step is making sure that you join the relevant Telegram group chats. So there is a speaking group chat on Telegram. Guys, you cannot be writing IELTS if you are not on this group chat. You need this group chat. You see that speaking one? That was how I was able to do so well on my speaking, because this speaking channel, so how it works is that almost every day or every time of the days, there are two people on there. One is speaking, the other one is acting as the examiner. So afterwards they will switch roles, and then after they are done, people will critique them. Honestly, the best hack for this speaking. How I did my own is that the very first day I joined, right, and I think I would recommend this for anybody that wants to join. The very first day, and they say, oh, who would like to speak? Tell them that you want to speak. Yes. Then after you are done speaking, they will critique you, and they will critique you very well. For me, that day was such an eye-opener, because I know that I did not know anything about the exam. So I just wanted them to critique me and point out my area of weakness, and boy oh boy did they do just that. I was writing down areas I need to improve on. I was writing down, like, the way they critiqued me that day, I knew exactly where to focus my attention on. Okay, and all in all, I think I spoke on that Telegram group chat like thrice. The first one was my very first day. The second one was somewhere in the middle of my preparation, just to gauge where I was. And then the last one was literally my last week, the week before my exam. And comparing the three of them, I could see like the difference was so clear, honestly. So this Telegram group chat became my podcast. It became my radio. Like sometimes at work I would play itself. Like if I'm on call, if I'm working, I have it playing on, because you would learn just by hearing people have the conversation. Oh my god. Oh my god, it was so helpful. It was so helpful. You cannot do this exam without being on this Telegram group chat. There is also a writing group chat, which was also something that helped me so much, but that one is just 50-50, because there is no professional that is kind of critiquing you. So how it works is that every day they would post a task. Every day they would post a task, and you would do the task, and then at the end of the day they would pair people up. So you post your own, other people would post their own, then the admin would come and start pairing people up. So you critique my work and I would critique your work. So the downside to this group chat is that, I mean, I kind of had an idea of what was going on, but like, what if the other person was a novice and didn't know anything? So they might not be able to critique your work very well. They might not be able to like, I remember there are some times when I was still struggling in my writing. I would write and then post, and my partner would be like, oh my god, excellent work, no mistake at all. And I'm like, really? Even me, I know my mistakes here.
Editing Chama here, guys. I couldn't find a link to the speaking group chat. However, I did find a link to an IELTS preparation group chat. It's linked in the description box. So when you join this group chat, you can now request for someone to add you to the speaking and the writing group chat.
Another thing that I did with my writing was that I got in contact with friends that have written the exam. So I would write and I would send my write-up to them to critique. That's also a very good way. If you know your friends that did well in the exam, also like, you can write and give them. Third thing that I will talk about that actually helped me was reaching out to people that have written the exam, my friends, not just people, like my friends that have written the exam. Anytime I had frustration, I needed clarification, I would just call them, and they were so kind to explain. So who are those people in your life that have written the exam? This is the time to disturb them, because they know they can save you from many weeks of beating about the bush. Fourth step, the first thing to do is to get a reading schedule. So how many listening do you have to do in a day? How many reading do you have to do? How many writing? How many speaking? Like, how many of these questions, how many of them do you have to be doing in a day? You to get that set. For me, I try to read 5 of each daily, but I never really did. Never really achieved that, but I think I only achieved that like towards the end, like the last 2 weeks of my preparation, because I was off work at that point in time. But if you're ready for the exam full time, then set out your daily goals. How much of this do I have to read in a day? So you do like 5 questions on reading, 5 on listening, 5 on speaking, and 5 on step is to practice your reading out loud. So there are options that you can use for this. You can either send your friends voice note, or you can even send it to yourself. You just go on your WhatsApp, you know, that's me part, yeah, click and then record yourself, time yourself, you know, so that afterwards you play it back to see how you're doing and how your speaking is going. Another thing you can do is to practice with your friends. If your friends are kind enough, they can practice with you. They can become your examiner while you're the examinee. I remember doing this multiple times with my colleague at work when we are done, you know, like when we are on a night shift and we are done seeing patients and we go to the call room. He will become my examiner and I'll become the student. And thankfully he really had good command of English language, so he was able to critique me very well. Number 6 is to know when to consider rescheduling your exam. Honestly, this was one of the main reasons why I did not write this exam twice. Because if I had written this exam the first time I planned to, I would have failed, because I wasn't as prepared as I needed to. From a YouTube video that I had watched, a man said something that was really beneficial. He said that the way to know that you should reschedule this exam is if your exam is fast approaching and you are not yet scoring you are not yet getting the scores that you desire. For instance, let's say you desire to have like 40 over 40 in your listening, and you have been getting 28 over 40, and your exam is coming up in a couple of weeks, you are not ready. You are only ready for this exam when your scores are very close to what you are aiming for. For instance, if your aim is to get 40 over 40, and right now from your practice you are getting 38 over 40, 37 over 40, 40 over 40, that means you are actually ready for the exam. But if you are way behind your goal, I think you should consider rescheduling this exam. It's actually not free. I had to pay to reschedule mine, and you have to have a valid reason. I know I used British Council, and for them at that time, you needed to either be sick or have a family emergency, and you have to like prove it. So I had to send them a medical report, because at that point in time I actually fell sick, and I had to now use that as medical reports to shift my exam. Another thing that actually helped me was that 1 month to my exam, I formed an intimate group chat. So I went on the Telegram group chat and I posted, hello everyone, if you have your exam on so day, so like my exam was like on the 26th of the next month, and I was like, if your exam is on this day, please DM me. I would like us to form a group chat, serious people only. And I was DM'd by 2 lovely ladies, and we formed a group chat on WhatsApp. And you guys, I cannot overemphasize how much this helped me. It helped me a lot, because every single day we'll be on call practicing our speaking, also the writing. Because when you do that, you get so many people. Like one of the ladies that were on the group chat with me had written before, so she just did not do well. I think she didn't do well in her reading or so she was very good with speaking, she was very good with writing, so it kind of helped. And as at that time I was struggling with writing, so you see, her strength helped to strengthen my own weakness. That last 1 month was intense. We were practicing every single day, speaking, like sending our writing, sharing materials. So it was really good, and I highly recommend doing this. So the last 1 week to the exam, what I did was that I identified my weaknesses. I identified my weak points on the 4 modules, and I started working towards strengthening those areas. So that was what I was doing. I was just strengthening them, re-emphasizing and asking questions. And then the last thing I did was that I attempted the mock exam. So for British Council, I don't know about IDP, but for British Council, when you book the exam, in your profile there is a place where you can do the mock exam. So I actually attempted that mock exam. It simulates the exam for you. It gives you an idea of what the exam is going to be like. You don't want the exam day to be the first time you are sitting for such a period of time to do the exam. So make out time, maybe a couple of days to the exam, to do the mock exam. Is going to actually help you so much and give you confidence, an idea of what to expect on the exam day. Last but not the least is to pray. You guys, prayer is the key. It's God that showeth mercy, so you have to commit your exam to God. You have to pray for retentive memory. You have to pray that everything will work out well. So yeah, this is exactly how I was able to achieve my desired scores in my very first sitting. So I hope you found this video helpful. Drop a comment if you have other tips and advice that you can give people preparing for the exam, and let me know your thoughts in the comment section. Please be sure to thumbs up, like this video if you found it helpful, subscribe to my channel if you like seeing my face, and I'll see you in my next video. Bye guys.